Hi guys, welcome back to Lytical Preps. So today we are going to learn how to graph quadratic functions using this problem. And the problem is x squared minus 4x plus 3. So I'm going to use this problem to teach you how to graph quadratic function. Good. So we all know that quadratic is in the form of ax squared plus bx plus c. So this is the form of a quadratic. Now, where a, b, and c are constants. Good. So now, when we are to graph quadratic function, we are going to get a certain shape, and this shape we call it parabola. Okay, parabola. So this is the spellings. This is the type of shape we are going to get. So when the quadratic, the coefficient of x squared, which is in our case is a, is greater than 0, we get a parabola which is of u. So we get something like this. Okay, u shape. So this is how our graph will look like. And when the coefficient of x squared is negative, so or when coefficient of a is less than 0, so that is a is less than 0, we are getting u upside down. So something like this. Nicely. Okay, so when a is greater than 0, we are getting this parabola shape, and when it is less than 0, we are getting u upside down. Good. So now let's tackle our problem, which is f of x is equal to x squared minus 4x plus 3. Now in this question we can see that our a is equal to 1, our b is equal to -4, and our c is 3. Good. So we have identified the constant for this problem. Now we are going to focus on how to plot this function. First of all, we need to find the vectors. Okay, that is what we call the turning points of the graph. You know, parabola looks like a U shape. So we have a turning point here. You see these numbers. So like I said, first thing we have to do is to find the vectors. That is the turning point. Okay, so finding the vectors, we use the formula which is x is equal to -b on 2a. Okay, where in this case our b is -4 and our a is 1. So we are going to get x is equal to negative into bracket -4 over 2 multiplied by 1. So we are getting negative times -4, we are getting 4. 2 times 1 is 2, so we are getting x to be 2. Now we are getting one coordinate for the turning point, that is the vectors. So it's left with the coordinate of y. We then put s is equal to 2 into the original equation. Okay, s is equal to 2 into the original equation to get the value for y. Don't forget, we can write f of x, which is the same as y, and is equal to x squared minus 4x plus 3. So when you put f of x, which is 2, we are going to get 2 into brackets 2 squared minus 4 multiplied by 2 plus 3. So 2 power 2, we are getting 4. Negative 4 times 2, we are getting negative 8 plus 3. So when you sum up everything here, we are going to get negative 1, because positive 4 minus 8, we get negative 8, negative 4. Negative 4 plus 3, we are getting negative 1. Good. So now, when we plug the value of x into the original equation, we had negative 1. So we can say that our y is equal to negative 1. So we are getting the turning point. Okay, let me name it the vectors to be, we had x to be 2 and y to be negative 1. So that's it. Now, the next step is we have to look for some point that will help us get the shape of the parabola, okay? We have to get some point that will help us to get the shape of the parabola. So what we need to do is, we know that our x is equal to 2, okay? Now we have to choose numbers that are in range with 2, okay? We have to choose numbers that are in line or in range with what, 2. So we can use s is equal to 1 and x is equal to 3, okay, to get the other point. So when x is equal to 1, we put it in the original equation. So we get f of 1 is equal to, so we get 1 squared minus 4 into bracket 1 plus 3. So 1 squared is 1. So we get 1 minus 4 plus 3. 1 minus 4 is negative 3. So negative 3 plus 3, we are getting 0. So when x is equal to 3, we are getting f of 3 is equal to, get 3 squared minus 4 multiplied by 3 plus 3. So 3 squared, we are getting 9. 3, 4, which is negative 12 plus 3. So 9, negative 12 plus 3, what are we getting? We are getting 9. So 9 minus 9, we are getting 0. Okay, let me go over for this. I'm saying that when you get the vectors, okay, that is the turning point. We now use any other point which are closer to 2, okay, numbers that are closer to 2. So you can see that 1 is closer to 2 and 2 is closer to 2, to help us get the shape of the graph, okay, that is the parabola. So we use when x is equal to 1 and we had 0, and when s is equal to 3, we had 0. So we get this point. We had when s is equal to 1, we have 1 to be what? Y to be 0. And when x is equal to 3, we had y to be 0. Then our vectors, which is what? 2 minus 1. So we are going to plot this point. Good. So we take our rule and pencil, like this, nicely. Good. Get this. So this is our y-axis, is our x-axis, like this, nicely. So get our 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, -1, -2, -3, -4. You get our 1, 2, 3, 4. -1, -2, -3, -4. Good. So I've labeled my xy plane nicely. Okay. So we are going to plot the turning point first, which is 2, -1. So on the x-axis, this is our 2. Then on the y-axis, our -1 is here. So you see, this is where they meet. So we get our point here. Then the next point, which is 3, 0. So 3 is here, 0. So it's on this. Then our last one is 1, 0. 1, 0 is here. So it will be on the 1. Good. So we are going to plot this. So you start from here. Nicely. Like this. So use your free hand to sketch this. You see, this is parabola shape. Because our coefficient of x squared was greater than 0, we are having this. You see? Good. Now somebody will ask, what is the line of symmetry? What is the line of symmetry? The line of symmetry is the vertical line that divides the parabola into 2 equal halves. So if you check this, the line of symmetry is 2. Okay? The line of symmetry is 2. So you can see that 2 divides the parabola into 2 equal halves. So we say that our line of symmetry, which is the vertical line, is 2. So say that the line of symmetry is x is equal to 2. See, because it is the vertical line. I hope it is clear. Good. Let me give you a trial so that you solve it and you comment it under the comment section. Okay? Okay, so I'll give you this question for you to try. So you have to find the vectors and the line of symmetry of f of x is equal to 2x squared minus 8x plus 5. So this is your question. Please don't forget to write the function. Don't forget to write the function. So f of x is equal to x squared minus 4x plus 3. So like this, nicely. Okay?